Hey y'all, iRick Sky here, and within this video I'm going to show you how to wall mount a TV. Now this is in a basement gym, so I've got a wall and it has studs, and they're actually 16 inch studs. It's important you mount this to the studs, because otherwise it's probably going to fall off your wall. So this kit, like I'm using, and you can expand this video's description and click the link there. It comes with this, which is super handy. And we're going to go through this wall mount, how to wall mount a TV step by step. So the first thing you want to determine is the height. Do you want the TV lower? Now keep in mind, if you center this where the bracket is, TV's still going to hang down lower than that. So it's a matter of personal preference. If you're in a bar or a restaurant, you probably want it up higher. For my use case, for a home gym where I'll be on a treadmill, a bike, or a rowing machine, I'm going to put the TV, and again, this is all personal preference, but I'm going to put the TV at about this height. So remember, this is the middle of the mount, so the TV naturally is going to hang a little bit lower. So actually, let's see, I'm going to find the height that I want. Then you've got to find your studs, and I've linked this within this video's description as a stud finder. You can see, you just kind of hold it, and then boom, there's a stud right there. See, it doesn't require any batteries or anything. Boom, there's a stud. And then you go over, and like I said, I've got 16 inch studs. So here's my next stud there. And you can see it's stuck to the wall, magnetism. So once I found the studs, then what I can do is align my holes where I'm going to place the mount. So you want to make sure it's level too. So this is how you do it. And I'm gonna show you, like I said, step by step. No trickery within this video. So actually, you could use an ink pen or a pencil. I'm just gonna use this to mark my spot. So once you've established the height, and again, this piece of paper right here represents the hole pattern for the mount. You're going to align this so that your studs you want it, like I said, mine are 16 inch, so I'm going to look at this. Now, keep in mind with studs, you may see nails in your wall. And obviously where there's nails, there should be a stud behind it. So for starters, I'm going to mark the first hole here. And again, that's on the stud. Now what I've got to do is make sure this is level before I mark the other holes. So use the included leveler. Wow, I was good. Okay, so that's actually level. So now what I can do is mark my other holes. There's 4 holes total. My other one is here. And then one here. And I've already got that one. Now I'm going to mark this one. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes marked. And just as a quality check, I'm going to hold this up. Make sure everything looks good, and it does. So now that I've got the 4 holes marked, we're going to drill the pilot holes. This will tell you the size drill bit to use. In this case, it was 5/32. 5/32. So now I got my holes. Now, we're gonna get the next thing here. So again, these are going into the studs. Here's the mount. And obviously this is the front. It's going to go where the TV is, and this is the back. Huh, that looks like the little cutout I have. I wonder why. Well, because the cutout was used to show where this will go. And I'm just kind of hand starting it in my pilot hole. And then I'm going to start tightening it. I'm not going to go in too much because I'm going to start this other one here. And be sure you got these in your hand. See, I messed up. I left them over here. But at least they're close enough I can reach them. There we go. So we're going to start 2 of 2. And then what I'd suggest doing is getting the level back out and just quality checking yourself. Just to make sure everything's going to be level. I mean, it should, but it is. And that's why that little paper guide was so important, because obviously it's a lot lighter than trying to level it with the actual mount. So what we're going to do here is start the remaining 2. Like I said, I haven't tightened them up all the way. I'm just getting them started. And I'm going to start the 4th one, the final one. And now I've got all 4 in, so we can start really tightening. Whew. Okay, there's the top left one. And then once I get the top right one, this will be a lot easier. That's solid now, and I've only gotten 2 of 4. But those are the tough 2. And then this one I didn't tighten all the way. That is solid, man. And then we'll do the bottom 2. That is so solid. Wow. And I'm only putting a 50-inch TV on it, but the good thing about this mount, in the future, it would support a lot larger TVs. So it's always good to upsize. And also this being an articulating mount, I can position the TV in multiple angles, and obviously it pulls out from the wall a little bit. So easy to adjust. And this one, it'll tilt down as well. So you've got a lot of flexibility. But that's how to attach the mount. And just as a quality check, I'm going to level it. It's perfectly level, so that's exactly what I wanted. Now we're going to hang the TV, and but this is the mount part. This is the hard part. Now it's the easy part. It's just hanging the TV. So let's go ahead and get that part ready. So this part right here entails a little bit of personal preference, but for this particular TV, this is the 50-inch, like I mentioned, and I've linked this TV within this video's description too. But there's holes there, and then there's holes here. Now I put one of the bolts in. Now this particular mount comes with a bag of bolts, so depending upon the TV you're using, that'll dictate which bolts that you use. The other thing important, this piece right here, screw that out, not all the way out, but quite a bit out, because once you hang the TV, you'll use the included tool, this tool right here, to tighten that to better prevent it from being knocked off the mount. You know, if somebody's drunk underneath the TV, raises their head up, if this is attached, hopefully it won't fly off the mount, but anything's possible. So what you'll do is look at the hole pattern. There's holes here, personal preference, how high or how low you want it. And if you attach this the first time and it's too high or too low, you can see you can adjust this. There's quite a bit of range for adjustability, but I'm just going to do it for my use case, starting out at least. I'm going to do the third hole from the bottom on the top part here. So I'd recommend doing that first, and then once you've done that, there's going to be this hole down here. Now I haven't tightened it all the way yet. You don't want to get this too tight, but see, I'm going to put that there. By the way, this is the included tool. So the only tools that I've had to use of my own so far was my drill bit, and my socket wrench. So this, as you've seen step by step, wall mounting a TV is actually very simple. Potentially save you a ton of money, because I know if you buy a TV, often the installation service often costs a lot more than the TV itself. So if you're willing and able to do it yourself, like I do, you could potentially save a lot of money. So now those are there, and I've got them tightened. And what we're going to do, see these little ridges here? That's what's going to attach to the top part. And then after we've got it positioned optimally, then we can screw this in. But I want to show you that from the rear of the TV, because we're going to be I'm going to switch the camera so you see me wall mounting it. But I wanted you to see that up close. Okay, so now we're going to bring the TV over. You just saw how I attached the brackets to the TV. Now if I had a sound bar or something that was attached to the TV, those mounts, and check out my separate videos, but often those go below the mounts that I just attached. In this case, I'm not attaching a sound bar, at least now, but in the future, it would be easy to lift the TV off and add a sound bar if I feel like I need to do so. So let's go ahead and get the TV. Again, all of this has been mounted. As we know, it's in studs, it's secure, and now we're going to hang the TV on this part. Now, depending upon how strong you are, and probably recommended to have 2 people to do this, but I'm like superhuman, bro. Okay, so it's already in. It was that easy. Now I haven't tightened it, but what I want to do now is just step back and look at it here and see if it's where I want it to be. Let's see, I'll flip the camera up so you can see. Yeah, man, so it's high and dry in the basement. Now, the next step will be the, if I want to angle it, I can do that. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these little bottom pieces that I showed you a second ago to hopefully better ensure that it won't be knocked off if somebody bumps their head. And all I'm doing is just tightening these, and you'll see them go over the ridge. Okay, I've got, whoa, almost got this side. I'm going to do the other side. And having this type of mount's also nice because it lets you work behind it. Now see, if I gently nudge on that, those screws, since I tightened them, the bottom ones that I showed you, it may better prevent that from knocking off. It's just kind of an enhanced safety feature. Don't trust it, but you know, it may better prevent that from knocking off. Now, this is perfect, man. I'm gonna tighten those up just a little bit more. So now what we can do, obviously I left the power suspended there. This has some protective stuff on it for shipping. I would never take this off until after I've hung it, just to potentially better protect the display. That's a nice TV, especially for a gym. I mean, this was super affordable. And like I said, I've linked this TV within this video's description too. As you saw, effortless to attach to wall mount using the mount that I've also linked within this video's description. And now I'll put some tennis shoes on and get on the ladder and do that upper part. But man, that looks good. So that's how to wall mount a TV step by step. And you know, obviously I've got to plug in my power. Since I'm in a basement, I've actually got a power receptacle up there. So I'm going to neatly route an extension cord and go into the ceiling power port. And then that way it's all, no cables hanging down here. I didn't have to deal with drilling holes and hiding the cable in the wall. I mean, yes, there'll be a slight amount of cable visible up there, but it's a basement. I mean, this isn't supposed to be like a fancy and snooty environment. Hey, your basement looks dirty. No, actually my basement's clean, and it's my home gym, and I think this is pretty fancy. And this is going to be nice, being able to have television during my workouts, especially since I do a lot of Apple Fitness Plus workouts. And this will angle down if you don't want it to be straight up and down. It does have an angle down feature as well. Thanks for your viewership, and again, expand this video's description and click the links there to find the TV, the mount like I use, and a whole lot more. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, iRickSky here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.